Hello, everybody, and welcome to Belanger Gymnasium at Nashua High School South. We're courtside. John Collins with Jason Roby. Coach Roby is here because Tom King is at yet another Super Bowl, Jason.
We are truly spoiled here to be fans in New England, John Collins. Obviously, as you see, cameraman Tim O'Neill coming in, getting our faces for radio here. Yeah, you know, how lucky are we to be fans in New England to have the Patriots at yet another Super Bowl?
Yes. You know, Pete Johnson, our executive producer, is right beside you, and Tom King would disagree. Steeler fan and Giants fan.
Nobody's perfect.
We are courtside for the rivalry night. It's South and North girls and then boys. And Jason, you were mentioning to me we got at least one or two struggling teams here tonight in the girls' game.
When you look at both of these teams, both proud, hard-working teams that have been on the long end of some of these scores, and something has to give here tonight. North comes in with a 2-10 record, and Nashua South one game better at 3-9. You look at North's last three games against three of the top teams in the state in Bishop, Girton, Pinkerton, and Salem, and really lopsided scores, all three of them. So hopefully we see a great effort here tonight from Coach Bean's group, and I think we will. Those are some really, really good basketball teams from the state of New Hampshire. Yeah. Nashua South, on the other hand, coming in having lost 5 out of 6. So their win coming against Dover in the last 6 games. So hopefully tonight both of these teams will put on a good showing. It's a battle of the bridge week, and you know, this is for bragging rights.
On paper, these two teams appear to be evenly matched. Maybe the only edge would be the home court advantage. But Jason Roby, who was a longtime coach of North football, is there such a thing as home when these two teams meet?
Well, you know, you're comfortable at home. It's your locker room. It's your colors, and those things definitely help a little bit. But the courts are virtually identical. You know, in terms of the layout and the size, the bleachers. These happen to be purple and North's are blue. Other than that, these are identical gymnasiums, and both of these kids have played games in both gyms. So it's, I don't know, it might be a push. We'll pause here for the national anthem.
That was a recording of Al St. Louis, who is grieving currently over the death of his wife. Our condolences to Al St. Louis and to his family. He is the signature voice of Nashua High School sports these days.
No doubt about it. We hear him all the time over at Holman Stadium singing before the baseball games, and he's definitely become a fixture here. And our thoughts and prayers go out to him and his family during this difficult time, no doubt.
John Collins with Jason Roby. We're courtside, and we're about to tip off. It's Nashua High School South girls hosting Nashua High North. As Jason mentioned, South coming in with a 3-9 record and North at 2-10. And if North comes in with the visitor and upset, as that happened in all the AFC and NFC championship games,
number 2 seeds, right?
Another Super Bowl reference. We'll both be 3-11.
Well, and starting off right there, number 14 is Julia Gagnon with a nice shot from the outside. Put the Titans up.
Waste no time. Down court come the Titans. And I've got my first roster difficulty,
Ariana
Jason.
Murray. I apologize right there. There we go. Now we're on the board.
Right.
2-2.
Tied at 2. Kendall Bush pushing the ball down court. Takes it to the outside. Jasmine Sylvester and Kendall Bush have been a backcourt team for years.
That was a great move on the inside right there.
That was Kirsten McIntyre putting South back up on top. So the Panthers with a couple of buckets, and these two teams starting off scoring just long on the shot. Scramble for the loose ball rebound, and the Panthers have it.
Good hustle there, getting on the floor and coming up with that loose ball for the Panthers was Ariana Murray.
South with it. Kendall Bush passes it on the wing to Ariana Murray. Murray into the corner. Sylvester in rhythm. Can't hit it. Very close. Looked like to be right on line. Twisting McIntyre, the scoop shot. She's fouled underneath by Catherine Carr.
And Catherine Covert, John, big offensive rebound there for the Panthers to give them that opportunity. So right now, the height on the board's an advantage for the Panthers.
So to the line for South is Kirsten McIntyre. She missed the first of 2 free throws. Pretty good representations of both schools filling the stands here even as we speak on what is a workday Friday. We're live here on Nashua ETV. If you're watching the 2 days before the Super Bowl, if you're watching on recording, we're jealous. You know how the Super Bowl turned out already. In the corner it goes, underneath, and batted away. Good pressure on the ball by South underneath their own basket. They have a chance to go up by another score here, and she'll just shoot it. That one almost brought rain, but no basket for Ariana Murray. And loose ball connected in the corner. Jasmine Sylvester putting pressure on the ball handler. You get the feeling that Catherine Carr doesn't normally handle the ball like a point guard, but she gets 2 and 1.
I was just about to say, over by the sideline there, the tough place to be, getting trapped on that sideline, and she ends up with a dribble drive and one opportunity here to tie this thing up.
Catherine Carr with a highlight play here early in this game. 8-minute quarters in New Hampshire High School girls and boys basketball. And Catherine Carr does in fact complete the 3-point play. Kendall Bush lost the handle out of bounds, but they say was poked out by a Titans girl ball player, and we will have South still with possession here.
Nashua North on the early going, matching up in a man-to-man defense. They extended a full court press. South broke it rather easily, but they will set up in man-to-man, and we'll see if the Panthers can do anything with it.
Kendall Bush pressing, can't find an opening as Janessa Lofton bats the ball away.
Good help defense there to negate the drive.
Is Jaden Smith going with number 5, you think? Jason?
It would appear.
There's a
Speaking
steal.
of Jaden,
Jaden Smith is right
23
there.
on the steal and the make.
Why would you give up number 23? That's the best number in basketball.
I actually wore that number in high school. Thanks very much,
Did you really?
John. I did.
Wow, you were ahead of the trend.
For 1 year.
You were ahead of the
I think
curve.
Jordan was a rookie.
Jordan was a rookie then.
Maybe.
You guys were the same age then, probably. So it is Jaden Smith with the basket, and it's a 7-5 lead for the Titans up on top.
She's matching up with Murray at the top of the key right there. Fights through a screen. Murray kicks it back out.
Kirsten McIntyre looking for an opening baseline. Catherine Carr blocks it off. Ariana Murray twisting with Jaden Smith on her. Murray with the hook shot, the whistle before the shot. And we got a foul or a timeout called. Is it a timeout called by South?
Looks like it was a foul and a timeout, rather. Yep. Looks like a timeout.
I think Ariana Murray's going to go over there and say, Coach, I was about to put that in.
Right.
You call the timeout right when I was going for my hook shot.
She was thinking she had a chance for an and one opportunity.
Yeah.
She was fouling the shot.
Isn't that how Magic won one of those NBA titles when Kareem went down and he played center? And
Magic played center.
The hook shot to win it, I think.
Ripped our hearts out of our chest.
Wasn't his freshman or his rookie year in the NBA?
His rookie year, yeah. I believe they win the title.
Yeah. Well, that was Ariana Murray right there.
She
was going to do that. But instead, they're going to talk some strategy here and try to tie this thing up or better. South trailing 7-5. Pretty entertaining basketball for the first couple of minutes of this one.
You can throw the records out the window anytime you get these two teams together, and the boys will play in the nightcap of this one.
Ariana Murray with the shot in traffic. Somebody might have got a hand on the arm, but they let him play. And Motivala down court in rhythm. Swish.
And that's a three-point shot, the first three-pointer of the night as the Titans extend the pressure.
And unfortunately for me, they're not announcing the names of the scorers tonight because we don't have number 5 on our program at the moment. That's a put in, though, as South answers back.
We're going to have to earn our paycheck tonight. That looked like number 25, Aruka Obanello.
It was Aruka Obanello, and she's a force underneath, by the way. So we may hear more from her as the game goes along. Tremendous rebounder.
Very aggressive here, John, in the early going. Both teams getting on the floor, going after the ball. A lot at stake here for these teams because a lot of these kids will take classes at each school, and so they see each other in the hallways sometimes, and you know, bragging rights in the city is up for grabs here.
Yes.
Nice.
There's a shot up off the glass that doesn't go, and Aruka Obanello gets the rebound, but stolen away. Loose ball picked up by Janessa Lofton.
Right.
And we had a foul underneath the basket.
I'll tell you right there, John, we said her name earlier, Jaden Smith. Nice article written about her in the Telegraph earlier about how she came to love this game, and she just got good position for that offensive rebound and is the benefactor of possession.
Jaden gets the ball in. Maybe Caitlin Lorendi is number 5. Bianca Gersh-Gorin is number 5 for North. She is on the roster. My apologies, I had him switched. That's what happened. Jaden Smith, the shot is short. Jasmine Sylvester catches it, and there's going to be a jump ball, almost reluctantly called there.
Alternating possession. Possession will stay here with the Panthers, but you see the Titans extending their full court pressure. We'll see if they fall back, and it's stolen right there as the ball comes our way.
Pete Johnson.
Quick hands, right? Was that Julian Edelman, or was that Pete Johnson?
No replay needed. That was a catch.
Wow.
Juliana Martin inbounds it.
Good inbounds pass there. Definitely a foul could have been called, but the referee's letting them play.
So the difference in this game is a Bianca Gersh-Gorin three-pointer. Aruka gets fouled underneath.
And you said it earlier, John. It looks like Aruka's gonna make hay underneath the basket there. Thus far, North doesn't have an answer for her. She'll go to the line for 2.
No, probably the biggest thing that she has to worry about underneath is the 3-second violation, the lane violation, because there's not too many people who are going to body Aruka Obanello out of the paint if she doesn't want to be moved.
She has pretty quick feet, John. It looked like she got the ball on the block and immediately put it up, and she was in pretty good position. So we'll see if she can make the second to get them within 2, and she does. And South will fall back 10-8 in the early going for the Titans.
And so it will be Ariana Motivala handling the point guard duties for the moment. Gersh-Gorin gets it back to Adriana, and she hits it. That was right on line when it left her hand.
I'll tell you what, ice water in her veins. And there's the full court press. They had it trapped at the baseline, but South ends up breaking it.
Jasmine Sylvester, and there's a push, a little bit too aggressive of a hand check called on Bianca Gersh-Gorin. Non-shooting foul.
And I'm sure Bianca's going to be told, we don't want those cheap ones. You know, move your feet, They're going to call it close to the vest.
Inbound play.
There it is. Wow, great move.
It doesn't go for South. The putback by Kirsten McIntyre.
Yeah, right now, as we talked about earlier, the height difference on the inside with McIntyre.
Kick out. Gershgorin was body checked after that shot, but they let it go.
Was looking for maybe 3.
Yeah.
And South on the other end.
Turn it into 2. Big swing there because of the non-call.
Jasmine Sylvester, the benefactor of that full court pass.
Good hustle. Gershgorin thought about the step back 2. Well, actually, that was 13.
Yeah, it was Lofton, right?
Lofton.
Janessa Lofton.
Inside, batted away by Aruka Obanello, who stayed with her player, Julia Gagnon. They were going one-on-one there, and no ground given. Good movement without the ball, but Aruka Obanello with the great hands. Ariana Motivala, baseline. Block.
Great defense there, and an outstanding block.
Catherine Covert matches her.
Covert and Obanella underneath on both sides.
I think the only person that could jump over Catherine Covert, maybe Olivia Mazarol,
Potentially,
as you talked about, right?
Yeah, Olivia will be competing in the championship track meet at Dartmouth College Sunday morning. We got the morning draw, which is good for those Super Bowl fans.
Long on the shot, loose ball, Kendall Bush with it. Olivia Mazarol, of course, the daughter of Nate Mazarol, the boys' coach. Aruka Obanello was fouled underneath.
I wonder what dinner was like at their house this week. You know, we had Coach Maz in his purple and his daughter wearing Titan colors.
That's right.
But I always joke with Nate as the first of 2 is made that his wife is actually where she got all of her athleticism from. Meredith Mazarol, a good athlete in her own right. Coached track and field with me for a few years when we were one high school.
Aruka does hit one but misses the other. The loose ball collected by Janessa.
She doesn't have the
Jaden
numbers.
Smith.
We'll see if she pulls it up, and she does. Good
in
choice
the corner
there.
Janessa Lofton, that might have been a deflected shot by Jasmine Sylvester. And off the backboard, no good. North getting a couple of bites at the apple, will go to the line.
And I'll tell you, good aggressive play right there by some players for North that really, I don't want to say are undersized, but Julia Gagnon, a guard by position, going in there and getting that offensive rebound, and as a result, will be rewarded with 2 free throw attempts.
Current Battle of the Bridge standings. South 7 wins, North 4.
South Unified basketball team picking up a big win yesterday, and the North boys freshman team picking up a win.
Catherine Colbert really got up for that rebound, but Motivala deflects the pass, and North steals it. 2 chances here after the free throw miss.
I'll tell you what, just aggressive plays. They extend the pressure now.
Terrific shot by Jaden Smith for 2.
Yeah, and that's hustle on the offensive end, and good block there by number 21, Ariana Motivala.
Motivala takes it away from her. Julia Gagnon's pass is deflected out of bounds by South.
They're going to say Covert touched that. Not by much.
1:04 remaining in the first quarter. We thought these 2 teams might be evenly matched, and the first quarter has proven that out. To this point, this is anybody's basketball game. Jaden Smith with a step back look. Aruka Obanello, solid rebound underneath, and Jasmine Sylvester takes it down court, being closely guarded by Janessa Lofton.
47 seconds to play here in the opening quarter. We'll see what South tries to do.
Baseline drive by Juliana Martin, runs out of room. Martin out of bounds off of North. You may hear the cheerleaders of South right next to us. On screen you can see the North cheerleaders. So both teams, cheer teams, well represented here tonight. South inbounds at Aruka with almost a no-look turnaround, hits the bottom of the rim.
We'll say ever since the early going, John, North has been more aggressive on the boards. They're getting offensive and defensive rebounds.
And key second chances. Gershgorin hits it outside, drive by North baseline, they pull it up. Priyanka Gershgorin with Aruka Obanello guarding her. Underneath, Jaden Smith. Blocked. 10 seconds to go, and a travel.
So it looks like North will play for the last shot here. Nice job by North on the dribble drive, looking to kick it out to the open player as the defense kind of surrounds and double teams the ball.
A
quick
catch
shot.
and shoot. And South rebound, 3 seconds. They do have enough time to get down there and shoot
Good if
it.
it goes.
And Catherine Covert with a Hail Mary as time expires in the first quarter. An entertaining first 8 minutes of basketball here at Belanger Gymnasium. It's the visitors, North 15, and the host South team 13. Still anybody's basketball game.
Yeah, no doubt. This is exciting. Both teams playing a aggressive brand of basketball. You see North extending full court pressure. South going coast to coast. We thought South would have a size advantage coming in. They did in the early going. North starts crashing the boards, getting some rebounds, fighting for possession. Pretty clean game thus far. And I wouldn't be surprised to see this one go right down to the wire, no doubt.
That's Jason Roby. I'm John Collins. Our executive producer, Pete Johnson, is sitting with us here at the table, and our cameraman, Tim O'Neill. Jimmy Stellos passed away recently.
Yes, big loss.
You coached so many of your games at Stellos Stadium.
I remember, John, when the stadium was first built, and there was a lot of uproar about, losing, quote-unquote, losing Holman Stadium
as a football venue.
As a football venue to then the Nashua Pride came in, and that was one of the larger things that Mr. Stellos did for this city was to, and he has his name on the stadium, rightfully so, but you hear so many stories about the wonderful things that he did for so many people here in the city, and it was very sad to learn of his passing.
Absolutely. Second quarter underway here at the Belanger Gym as Jaden Smith drives to the basket, and Catherine Covert, who's played great defense since the beginning of the game, bats that one away. We got a foul. Bianca Gersh-Goring gets called for a push from behind.
Yeah, and you got a feeling they're going to call those hand checks fairly tight here. We've seen a couple of them now in the last couple of possessions for Nashua South. North's got to be careful. Move your feet, keep your hands in, no hand checking. Referees are on top of that here tonight.
They do seem to be. Ariana Murray fakes right, goes left, and Catherine Covert slowing it down a little bit with the ball over her head. They swing it into the corner. Murray just thought better of the hook shot and left it up to Covert, who doesn't get the roll.
That ball was halfway down the cylinder.
Juliana Martin off the glass and in.
Wow, what a move by Martin, I'll tell you. Great follow, great finish.
Pretty scoop shot off the glass. Newly into the game for North is Caitlin Lorendi. She gives it to Ariana Murray, and we do have a foul. Who are they going to call it on? Probably Juliana Martin, number 14. As she went to the hoop, splitting two defenders.
It seems early on here, John, that even though they haven't had a lot of success with the finishes underneath, North is going to continue to dribble drive and try to provide some pressure, down low.
The most musical name in sports, Ariana Motivala at the free throw line, trying to hit a pair, and she short rimmed the second one, so it's a 1-point lead for North. And here is Ariana, that was Ariana Murray.
And Aruka big rebound. Yeah, Aruka with the board.
Takes it away from everybody. Out of bounds off of North.
Just asserting herself down low, getting that ball, keeping it alive for the Panthers. They retain possession.
Maya Ryu in the game, number 12. Ariana Murray shot misses. And rebound Caitlin Lorendi, beating the full court press by getting it to Ariana Motivala. In the corner, the catch and shoot. Short on the shot was Peyton Ryan. And Aruka Obanello with yet another rebound. She'll be double-digit rebounds before this game's over. Murray, scoop shot off the side of the backboard, draws the foul.
North seems to have gone a little bit cold from the outside here, John. And as a result, those rebounds are going to South, and they're pushing the tempo up the floor. So what will help remedy that is if North starts hitting some of those jumpers. And right now, because they can't, South is off and running.
And Ariana Murray at the free throw line. Everybody's got their unique snowflake. Every snowflake's different stamp at the free throw line, and seems like Ariana Murray's thing is a wide and static free throw stance.
Yeah, you're getting a little.
Yeah. But it works.
You know, you got your little idiosyncrasies, the things that you do, you know, your superstitions.
I don't think that's taught on the Tom King, the fictional free throw school, but it worked for her. Driving the shot, no good. That was Janessa Lofton on the perimeter.
Yeah, great hustle there again by the Titans, but unfortunately, Caitlin Lorendi's foot was just on the end line.
I think you picked up on it. They've gone cold on the outside shooting, and that's had an effect on the momentum here in the game.
And the Panthers thus far really haven't had a lot of trouble breaking the full court pressure of the Titans.
Ariana Murray, fake right,
nice
goes
cross.
left.
Wow.
Buries it.
What a play by Murray. I'll tell you right there,
yeah.
she went right, crossed her up, stepped left, and buried it.
AM in the PM with the great step back bury. And it's a foul on South as Janessa Lofton drove the paint. That was like a pro job. That's a pro ability right there. That was it. James Lofton that's doing it to the tune of 40 points a night now for the Houston Rockets.
The
step back jumper.
That would be the Beard.
The Beard.
The Beard.
Not James Lofton. What's his name?
Harden.
James Harden.
Yeah. An impressive shooter. And of course, if you watch the Celtics play the Warriors of the night, talk about shooting lights out. My goodness.
I didn't. Was it Steph
Curry
Warriors?
Again? It was all of them.
Oh, it was all of them.
It was unbelievable.
And they still only beat us by what, 2?
The
Celtics? I saw the final score.
It seemed like they did just
close.
what they needed to do
to
eke it out, but it was pretty impressive.
Right.
And
so the home team, South, benefiting from a North team that's gone cold shooting. 19-16, the Panthers are up. Ariana Motivala doesn't get the bounce.
Can't finish. But they tracked down the loose ball.
And I think that was Ariana that punched that out of away from the hands of a couple of Panthers. It was a heads-up play. Motivala missed it short. Good positioning by South's Juliana Martin to get that rebound.
Lofton got lucky there. She could have been called for an over the back. And
Kirsten McIntyre gets it underneath. Culver tried to give it back to her, but instead it's Janessa Lofton. Layup drill. Gets fouled. She doesn't appreciate it, as Kirsten McIntyre wiped her out at the end of that, but it'll put her at the line.
Yeah, calmer heads will prevail here. We'll take a deep breath, and Lofton will step to the foul line for a pair.
Yeah.
Hey, big shout out to Major Brian Newton and his junior ROTC cadets for the before the game presenting the colors, and the our junior ROTC program here is taken off, no pun intended. They do a real nice job with those kids from both North and South, so kudos to them and Major Newton.
That was a fine presentation before the game. Ariana Motivala, baseline lay-in.
Wow, Motivala, good ball handling, understanding where she was on the court, and a great finish. 1-point game, South with the lead.
Yeah, North needed that to get back on the scoring track. Murray drives the paint.
Wow, left hand Murray.
Left hand is right.
Faked right, went left, and that move is proven very effective in the early going here for the Panthers.
There's a shot from the three-point range that doesn't go for Peyton Ryan. And it's out of bounds off the Panthers as they try to fast break it out of there. 4 minutes, 5 seconds to go in the first half. And it will be inbounded by Jaden Smith with Aruka Obanello guarding her. Peyton Ryan gives it up top to Lillian Brooks. Inside.
Good dribble drive, double team kick, and just can't make it happen. But that was a great play right there by Smith. Took it down low, was double teamed, and they couldn't bury the jumper, but stolen again by Smith there.
Smith, what a great sequence for her. Lofton misses the 8-footer, and South with the rebound, dribbling through traffic. Murray finds Aruka Obanello ahead of the field. She's got to collect herself, can't just lay it in. Murray thought about shooting the three. And from the right corner of the free throw line, doesn't go for Murray. Smith is going to slow it down a bit.
A little bit of a struggle here from both teams now, hitting from the outside.
Smith twisting and turning, finds Janessa Lofton. Staying with her is Juliana Martin. Inside, trying to pick and roll. The turnaround is woefully short. Nice save by Lofton, but right into the hands of Ariana Murray of South.
She doesn't have the numbers. She'll pull up, see what's available. Underneath the hoop with a reverse layup, no good.
Tight defense.
I think
Foil that one.
That's going to go against Nashua South. I believe that was, Juliana Martin who got called on the foul on the reach-in.
And South is in the penalty now. They have 17 fouls to the Panthers, so it'll be a 1-and-1 situation at the free throw line for Lillian Brooks. She has to make the first to earn the second. Just under 3 minutes to go first half. South has got a 3-point lead, but Lillian Brooks can take a bite out of that. Right there.
Yeah, you got to make your foul shots. The one thing you tell your kids, especially at the high school level, you got to make your layups and you got to make your freebies. These foul shots are huge, especially the front end of those 1-and-1s.
And Lillian Brooks hits them both to make it a 1-point game.
North extending the full court pressure again. No problem there.
Kendall Bush able to beat it. The length of the court draws the foul.
You have to wonder at some point, John, if it's one of those things where, look, the press is not yielding the things that we want from it, so let's pick up at half court. And again, easy for me to second guess from behind the table here. But
because that full court press got foiled, Kendall Bush had lots of open space when she made it.
And you're playing catch up. You're chasing her
Right.
instead of having the position on her.
But speaking of needing your free throws.
Yeah, neither one made.
And then that's North ball with a chance to go ahead here with 2:40 to go in the first half. North trying to get back on the scoring track. They had a hot hand in the first quarter, hitting a couple of threes.
Oh, good crossover and a great dish. And I'm going to tell you right there why that is not an easy layup right now for Lillian Brooks, is because she was too far extended away from the box and she had to take that dribble to get close to the hoop.
You got it, because Jaden Smith drew the double team, recognized it, got the ball to Lillian Brooks. If she was a step closer to the basket, it would have been an easier play.
There would have been no need for a dribble and a chance for the defense to recover, and as a result, misses the front end of a two-shot opportunity here.
Hits the second.
Tie game.
Tied at 21. And we have only one timeout called in the first half by either team.
Yeah, speaking of track meets, right? I mean, these teams are both going.
Long inbound pass, Ariana Murray is pretty good with that dribble. Kicks it out, Jasmine Sylvester for three.
Nails it.
Buries it, and it's a 3-point lead for South with 2:20 to go first half. So South answering back belatedly those 3-pointers by North in the first quarter.
Offensive foul right there, John. And that was a tough call for Ariana Motivala. She gave a little bit of a forearm shove, it looked like, and so Panthers get possession with a chance to go up.
Little extra.
A little bit extra. We'll see what happens here.
A little bit.
I'm very impressed, John, with both teams' ability to dribble, drive, penetrate, and then kick out when they feel the double team. That's something that's not always easily taught to young people.
Yeah, that's basketball IQ right there. Kirsten McIntyre off to the right with that shot near the top of the key. Jaden Smith pounces on the loose ball as she brings it down court with her head up. Motivala in rhythm off to the left. Nice rebound on the turnaround.
Great rebounding by the Titans. They can't finish.
Catherine Carr earning the extra chance there, but Kendall Bush has it. Minute and a half to go. Bush in traffic, gets the ball up.
Now that should be out of bounds. That hit off the top of the backboard.
Yeah,
Not quite sure why the whistle didn't blow there, but
we'll let him play. Lofton, Gersh-Gorin, Jaden Smith in rhythm, hits the front rim. And South picks up the loose ball. Jasmine Sylvester off a pick by Kendall Bush, flings it in the corner, and Catherine Colbert just cleared out her defender. North wanted a call.
Wow. Yeah, Coach Bean asking the officials what happened there.
Yeah. Catherine Colbert clearing a space.
Also impressed, though, with the reaction. Kids just playing as hard as they can.
Yeah,
and
he's
let the
bouncing
referees
back
call
up
the game.
off the floor,
Yep.
right?
Just,
I mean, if that's Neymar, he stays down for at least 5 minutes and the stretcher, Jason.
it's a yellow card.
Little World Cup soccer reference thrown in here on Battle of the Bridge Week. We don't play soccer this week, but they do play it back in the springtime,
That's right.
We'll be
or
covering that
in the fall.
later in the school season. We'll have that. Ariana Murray at the line.
Yeah, she does that little kick behind with
Man,
the left foot
the kick,
nails it.
It's like a dance move.
Yeah, we'll have to ask her.
Yeah. Where that came from.
Yep. Oh.
And Jaden Smith gets assaulted by Catherine Colbert.
Colbert a little aggressive there over the top, trying to play the ball, and there just happened to be a player in the way. So Smith will go to the line for 2. I have Jaden in physical education class right now. We're doing our basketball unit. We were playing knockout. She was the winner of a Gatorade yesterday. She won the large knockout tournament we played at the end of class. So
who did?
Jaden Smith.
Jaden Smith, the
right
free
here.
throw line?
Yep.
Wow, good for her.
And she just hit the first of 2 free throws right there.
Did you ever have Catherine's brother Cam for anything? Coach him, Cam Colbert? I know he played shortstop in baseball.
No, I did not.
Okay.
No.
He works with me at the Hudson Fire Department.
Oh, okay.
Fine young man.
Excellent.
And he comes to watch his sister play a lot when he's not on shift.
Give him a nice little shout out there.
Yeah.
Nice scoop
Good shot. Doesn't go.
I think that's going against Sylvester right there. A little bit of aggressive, or is it maybe Bush, maybe Kendall Bush?
Yeah.
The aggressive play underneath.
And is that more shots, more free throws?
All right. So
we got Tim O'Neill on camera here giving us these great shots. Want to say we're live if you're watching it on the Friday before Super Bowl Sunday. Welcome if you're watching a recording of Nashua TV's telecast. We've got girls and then boys, the intra-city rivalry, of course. South North Battle of the Bridge Week.
Double feature.
Yep, boys coming next.
Not staying here. And again, hustle, hustle, hustle by the Titans will give them possession as Motivala was able to hit the first, but not the second.
Ariana will inbound it. And she finds Bianca Gersh-Gorin. Bianca's got a three-pointer in this game. She'll take another one. No, she gets it inside to Jaden Smith. Jaden kicks it outside. The shot from the corner by Janessa Lofton doesn't go. Rebound South, traffic. Bush has it. Full court press, a little bit more difficult to break here for South.
She took a peek at the clock, John, while she was dribbling. And 10-second violation, and I'll be honest with you, she actually gave a little hand check. I thought it was an offensive call, but it was a 10-second violation.
Yeah.
And Sylvester, or rather Kendall Bush, gave a quick peek at the clock behind us here to see what kind of time she had. And
she knew she was running low on fuel there as far as the time clock.
May have cost her a second or two.
I guess at some point you just got to heave it and hope that there's somebody out there to receive it on the other end. Huh?
Seemed like there were 8 people pressuring her. And
foul on the ball by South. So North with a great sequence. They get the turnover on the full court press, and then they draw the foul on the possession with 18 seconds left. A chance to tie it up with free throws here for Ariana Motivala if she can catch her breath. A lot of the players are in good shape, but they're breathing hard.
No doubt. She's a senior, and she's been there, done that. This is not new for Motivala. She hits the first of 2.
Fine form on the free throws.
Ties the game up, and the full court press resumes.
26-26 here. Plenty of time for a last shot for South, but they're going to put it right up and in. Kirsten McIntyre gives South the lead back. 10 seconds left. There's time for North. If they can get the ball over midcourt, 4 seconds. Jaden Smith's going to shoot it off the top of the backboard. 0.1 remaining. But that won't be time to do anything except inbound it. So,
action-packed first half here. This ball will just be touched and it'll be blown dead. Not much you can do with 0.1.
And that will do it. We go to halftime. The home team, South, up 28-26. John Collins with Jason Roby. We'll be back with second half action after we take a break. You're watching Nashua ETV.
As an 18-year-old, I let my mistakes kind of take over my life. I was 0.5 credits away from completing high school, and I didn't do it.
I got pregnant, and I was the main one working, so I did what I had to do to survive.
Sentía que la escuela no era para mí.
Most of my family, they never graduated high school or even let alone go to college, so I'm trying to break that barrier.
My family never stopped pushing for me to be better because they knew what I could become and who I could become as a person.
Every day after work, went straight to school, studied hard, and it paid off.
Sentí como que si quiero cambiar el mundo, tengo que cambiar a mí primero.
I could not have gotten my diploma without my family.
Mi consejera, ella fue lo máximo para mí porque me ayudó mucho con todo.
I've been given an opportunity, and I'm just thankful for it.
Yeah, it's hard, but keep on going and keep on trying.
The high school diploma is just added to the confidence, and now I feel unstoppable.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Welcome back, everybody. Courtside, John Collins with Jason Roby. We are getting set for the second half. It's Nashua High South girls hosting Nashua High North girls, first part of a girls-boys doubleheader in the Battle of the Bridge week. Friday before Super Bowl Sunday of 2019. And if you're watching it on that Friday, it's February 1st, actually, right, Jason?
Today is the 1st of February.
Yeah,
yes,
we're
sir.
live. So welcome, everybody. And as we left off at the end of the first half, a 2-point game, we're still saying it, anybody's basketball game.
Exciting basketball. If either one of these teams can hit the mid-range jumper, they might be able to get a little bit of a cushion, but
it might be just that question. Who's going to get hotter with the shooting touch? And starting it right off, Ariana Murray brought rain with that, but it doesn't go. Catherine Colbert puts it back.
Coburn reached right over the top of Jaden Smith and didn't foul her in the process, and she just happens to have a couple of inches on her, was able to get that offensive board.
So a 4-point lead for South as North tries to answer right back, and Ariana Murray with the rebound. Kirsten McIntyre put it to the floor ahead of the field. They kick it back outside. Janessa Lofton pokes at the ball, nearly stole it away from Jasmine Sylvester. Jasmine driving baseline, puts it up and in.
Wow, what a drive, what a shot. It was a great switch by the Titan defense, but she had a step, and that was a pretty shot to put the Panthers up by 6.
South with the hot hand to begin the second half. 32-26, they're on top, and North still searching for their first points of this second half. The catch and shoot, Gersh Gorin hit a 3 in the first half. She's got a 3 here in the second half.
Huge shot for Gersh Gorin to keep the Titans in this thing, and a great shot to hit when it's your first one of the half.
So a 3-point game, a 1-possession game. Ariana Murray with it. Pair of 2-pointers for South, a big 3-pointer for North. And a 3-point lead for the host Panthers as they play some catch on the perimeter. And a clean steal by Ariana Motivala, who drives the court. Pass to Janessa Lofton. She ran out of room. Kendall Bush with a loose ball. North getting back on defense. Bush, layup drill. The putback by Catherine Colbert, and Catherine will go to the line.
We went to a basketball game and a track meet broke out. Both these teams running the floor very, very well, and if there was any question about their conditioning at this point, those have been put to rest.
Catherine Colbert's been a star in this one. She's at the free throw line to shoot a pair, to shoot one, to complete the 3-point play, I should say. Make it a 6-point lead again. We got a timeout for North.
And it looks like
conversation with the officials.
Coach Bean not happy with something that happened down there. Still having a discussion with the officials near midcourt. Now she's addressing her team. 34-29, your score here.
I'm trying to right the ship on some note.
And you're exactly right, John. At some point, these shots start falling. someone's going to get a comfortable lead, but in the early going here, it's been Nashua South who's made the most of their opportunities. And a chance to extend it is Catherine Covert.
Makes her free throw and completes the three-point play. So back to a 6-point lead for South with a strong start to this second half. Janessa Lofton driving the perimeter, puts it up with the right hand, can't get the bounce. The follow is good.
That was Catherine Carr with a nice follow there and went up strong and able to convert it.
Right place at the right time, Catherine Carr makes it a 4-point lead for South with the ball. The Panthers, Murray had
Nice
a lane.
Nice pass, and what she did there was she got foul line extended. Motivala had to make a choice, jumped out to the foul line. Nice easy bounce pass for two to Kirsten McIntyre.
Good ball movement by South, and a 6-point lead as the two student bodies exchange chants here at the Belanger Gymnasium. Crowd getting larger and larger as the evening goes along. More people getting out of work, coming down to the second half of this game and the second half of the doubleheader, which is the boys' game to follow. And the put-in attempt by Catherine Carr doesn't go. Good job of wrestling the rebound away from a number of folks by Catherine Covert, and it is a foul, non-shooting foul in the backcourt.
What I will say, John, is South is contesting these shots. They're not gimmies. They're getting their hands up and in the face of the North shooters and just deterring them enough so that those shots aren't dropping.
One and only shot made for North here in the second half, a three-pointer by Gersh Gorin. Murray lets it fly.
Step back three right there by Murray.
And she did in fact step back, as the official did indicate, a three-point shot made by Murray.
South come out here and extended their lead to 9 points now.
Biggest of the game. Good give and go. Jaden Smith, oh, that's an unfriendly rim right now for the Titans.
Boy, take the tape off of that.
Yeah. Sylvester to the right,
Great
finds a
pick.
big seam and
Right
puts
there,
it in.
a great pick, a great drive, and no switch from the Titan defense. And Coach Bean saw that. She's going to talk it over. It's the communication piece right now, and you got to talk it over because you can't let this get too far out and head in front of you, because, boy, you're going to run out of time.
Somebody needed to slide over there into the lane, and Jasmine Sylvester, to her credit, she saw it open up, Jason, and I think she was thinking about dishing the ball, but when she saw that big opening,
she was probably a little surprised it maybe hadn't been as open as as it was.
Yeah, and we are a bit surprised at the score. 42-31. South has opened up an 11-point lead, the biggest of the game so far.
Well, whatever halftime adjustments the Panthers made, Coach Booth and his staff certainly maybe some encouraging words at halftime, maybe a tweak here or there, and again, the inability of North to finish on their possessions.
Here's Ariana Motivala, brings it down court. She hands it off to Julia Gagnon. Underneath, Jaden Smith, a contested shot. Both players go to the floor, and we have a foul called instead of a jump ball. That's against South. Non-shooting foul. Neither team close to the penalty right now with 2 apiece. And Aruka Obanello, fresh pair of legs, comes off the bench. She had a big first half. Catherine Covert will get a breather. Both of those two players are rebounding forces for South. Open shot for North doesn't go. Leaving it short was Catherine Carr. Rebound, Kendall Bush got fouled.
I think they got a jump ball there, John. Yeah,
ball.
I think they call it jump, so Titans will retain possession. Possession arrow pointing in favor of North. Really having trouble finding the bottom of the bucket.
With it, Julia Gagnon drives to her left, gets double teamed. Outside to Ariana Motivala. Catherine Carr with it. No easy looks, as Jason mentioned. There's a South player in the face of every shooter, and that's a block. Ariana Murray got a piece of Janessa Lofton's shot, so it never even got off the ground. And an open lane to the basket.
Wow,
and the
using the
wheels
left
coming
hand.
off a little bit here for North. Ariana Murray to the basket. 13-point lead for the Panthers. Motivala with the catch and shoot and makes it.
Well, that was a big bucket right there for Motivala to stop the bleeding temporarily here as they extend the full court pressure. Ball on the floor.
Janessa Lofton.
Wow.
This arrow's going to go to South, but great hustle by the Titans.
The composure of Nashua South during this little run that they've had here is really sticking out to me. They almost systematic, like.
Yeah, they are definitely the more confident team right now.
And look how they break that press. They get the numbers with a 2-on-1 right now. Foul line instead. That ball gets kicked, so they'll keep possession, but ball never hits the floor.
Right.
And when it does, it's you have the numbers.
Maya Ryu will inbound at number 12 for the Panthers.
Sure, they worked on that in practice this week.
Juliana Martin splits a double team. McIntyre into the corner. Ryu was covered immediately. Aruka Obanello tries to put it right back up. Good defense by North on that sequence.
Well, I think that's the right thing. If you're Nashua South, keep feeding the post players and good things will happen.
Jaden Smith driving. Kendall Bush steals it. Jaden drove into a double team and had the ball taken away. Backcourt pressure. Stolen. North did a good job. Upping the ante in the backcourt. Ball's on the court, and it's out of bounds off of South.
A lot of dribbling going on here now, John, and a lot of times you don't want to see that. You want to see the ball, nice crisp passes, and less dribbling.
Multiple sources of enthusiasm right now. Decibels all around, Jason. We got the cheerleaders next to us, the student body to the right and to the left.
A lot of energy here, the Belanger Gym.
North trying to channel it into a run here to get back into the game, still trailing by 11, but making life difficult for South right now. The Titans answering the call of Coach Bean, no doubt, to get more intense on defense and produce some turnovers.
I think that was Julia Gagnon on the reach-in foul.
South has a chance to reassert themselves, get a huge lead here. In traffic, we got a foul committed by North.
Yeah, the frustration now, and she got teed up. Catherine Carr got the technical.
I don't know if it was all that bad.
No, your emotions start to run wild a little bit. And
I mean, there was no eye contact.
There's
with the
frustration there, and maybe she thought she got all ball. And
I think it was on Juliana
Coach Bean
Martin.
now is just having words with the official as we speak, and this might not end well. Coach Bean would be well to keep her composure, and the fans letting everybody in the building know about it.
Yeah.
And again, the lead is 11. Not an insurmountable lead. You still have a full quarter and 2 minutes to play. You just have to keep your composure. And I'm sure that's what Coach Bean is talking to her team about right now, is to just keep playing, keep digging, keep hustling.
Juliana Martin hits one of the technical fouls and gives her team a 12-point lead.
Yeah, they'll get the ball after that technical foul, and you don't want to give
throws, actually.
more free throws because there was a foul on the play. You don't want to give anybody freebies, right? And so here comes 2 potential points on top of the 1, and it zaps the energy from you.
Maya Ryu burying these free throws, and maybe North in the process.
Yeah, that lead has just become a 14-point lead with 2 minutes and 16 seconds to play here in the third quarter. And again, so you get a 3-point play and possession of the basketball.
Right.
That's a huge swing. So you could be talking about a 5 to 6 point swing, depending on how this possession goes.
Because of the technicals, right?
Right,
yeah,
correct.
So Kendall Bush with it, calling a play on the perimeter. Still with it, Kendall Bush with a dribbling display. Hands it to Maya Ryu.
Yeah, Ryu real patient out there. Thought about maybe taking the 3, thought better of it. Working the ball around, nice pass into the side of the perimeter.
Juliana Martin's turnaround. Aruka Obanello takes it outside.
Yeah.
Another huge rebound. Stolen back by South. McIntyre puts it in. Oh,
South just flexing their muscle right now, John, and North doesn't have an answer.
That was like a 6-point trip down the floor.
So there you have it, right?
Catch and shoot for Jaden Smith, can't make it. The box out rebound by Juliana Martin.
Great box out by.
Actually, Maya Ryu, number 12. I'm sorry.
Ryu with a great box out and has the North players reaching around. That lead is now ballooned to 16 points. So a tale of two halves here, certainly for the Panthers.
And off the dribble, wow, it's just raining baskets.
That basket looks about 10 times the size as it normally would for these Panthers.
Yeah.
They're shooting lights out.
They have a lot of confidence now with 51 up on the board. That ball doesn't go for Ariana Motivala, and she'll go to the line. I thought I saw Coach Bean kind of just like venting toward the official during the last timeout, and not a timeout, but the last break in the action. And I don't even think he heard her, but it just, she's beside herself how this game just came off the wheels.
Yeah,
here.
the
wheels came off
the wagon a little bit, and Motivala hits her first of two.
Yeah,
it's a tough thing, You're 2-10. You're searching for answers. Your kids are playing hard, and you have a quarter here or there that just does you in, a call here or there that does you in, and it's a huge point swing.
Maya Ryu and Janessa Lofton collide over there.
I think that's going to go against Lofton. Looking for the offensive foul. The official saw it another way, called a flop potentially here.
Yeah,
so
that's basically, I guess, what he called. Janessa trying to hold her ground and draw the foul, and the officials just didn't see it that way. And Maya Rio's back at the free throw line.
And hits it. Yeah, this basket's looking real big for these Panthers right now.
Yep.
They are shooting lights out from everywhere.
Threatening to go up by 20 at this pace as Maya Rio makes it an 18-point lead. So Jaden Smith throws it in. This was a 2-point game at the end of 2 quarters. It is nearly a 20-point game at the end of the 3rd quarter. Very big quarter for South, very disappointing for North at this point in the game.
51.7 seconds here in the 3rd quarter, John. And yeah, this 3rd quarter has really done the Titans in. I'm sure at the break here at the end of the 3rd, Coach Bean will just implore his Titan team to just keep playing, keep fighting, and play clean basketball. Good look there for Smith. She can't make it. And Obanello just, I think it was.
Yeah, it was a Ruger with the rebound. Down court it comes. Juliana Martin to Aruka.
Boy.
Jump ball, your thoughts there? You said in the middle of it, are they too much contact? Or?
I don't know. I see a different level of intensity right now from Nashua South that they that I didn't see in that first half. They're getting every loose ball. They're getting every rebound. They're boxing out there. They're making plays on inbounds passes.
Yeah.
They seem to have discovered a different kind of intensity from the end of the first half to this 3rd quarter. And they extend a little bit of full court pressure on the Titans and almost get them to throw it away.
Yeah, it looked like stepping out of bounds there. Jordan Ryu tried to keep her pivot foot on the court, but could not. The catch and shoot.
Nice play there. Good pass in from Smith to awaiting Brooks. Lillian Brooks. She'll have a chance for a 3-point play.
So North trying to fight back here. There is an entire quarter left to play. It would be a huge surprise if North could come all the way back and win this, but they certainly do want to make a game of it.
Well, what do you say? You say, look, at the beginning of this game, we were nip and tuck all the way. If they can have an outburst like that, so too can we.
A throwaway by South.
13 seconds left. They could get the last shot here, depending on what Motivala does.
They kick it to Janessa Lofton outside. Brooks hits it. Lillian Brooks with a big basket, and we go to the fourth quarter on a positive note for the Titans.
So you can see now, look at the energy on the Titans bench. That's huge versus the energy on the, and you wouldn't know right now that Nashua South has a 13-point lead based on what you're seeing from the two sidelines.
Right.
High school basketball, high school sports in general, game of emotion. And right now, the last minute or so, Titans win that last minute, even though the prior 7 minutes belong to the Panthers. So I think you try, if you're Coach Bean, you ride that wave, and I think obviously if you're Coach Booth, you say, hey, listen, we're up 13. We just got to play our game.
Right.
As both crowds chant back and forth, great energy here in the Belanger gym. The first of a doubleheader, John. Great to be here with you and calling this game.
Joy.
A good sport weekend here.
It sure is.
Boy.
Yeah.
Hello to Tom King down in Hotlanta.
Yeah.
Sure enjoying.
At the Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
Wow, what a
right?
place that is.
Yeah. From the Belanger to the Benz.
You got a score prediction for that one, John?
I'm going to throw out there a 24-point win for the Patriots.
Wow, look at you.
That's ridiculous, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Oh, and there, Haruka going over the top, getting an over-the-back call. So good positioning there on the defensive boards by the Titans. I think it was Kirsten McIntyre, I'm not 100% sure, but she had a good box out there.
Motivala twisting and turning and gets it to go! Well, an exclamation point finish for North at the end of the third quarter, and they build on it here at the beginning of the fourth quarter. And a chance to get this thing down to single digits.
We will not go quietly into the night.
No. Aruka comes out. Catherine Colbert is in with Ariana Murray, and completing the three-point play,
10-point
Ariana
game.
Motivala.
Yep.
Jasmine Sylvester.
Nobody on the wing.
Murray shoots it and hits it.
I'll tell you right now, too.
Oh.
The defense for the Titans, I'm relatively certain it was Lofton was imploring the defense to get out on the wing, and nobody did. Looked like a mistake defensively there for the Titans, and she made them pay.
We were right on line with that three-pointer by Ariana Murray, and you never seen a shooter more locked in, laser-focused with her eyes on a basket, as we just saw Ariana Murray as she hit that shot. There could have been nobody else here in the court. That's how focused she was on the rim when she let that go. Sylvester in traffic. Jasmine Sylvester, nearly a spectacular drive to the basket, comes up short. And Jaden Smith ahead of the field.
Sylvester didn't have the numbers there, and they were trailing. And took it in by herself, a 1-on-3, 1-on-4 situation. And that rebound allowed the Titans to break it out quickly, and resulting in a nice fast break.
Murray.
Good boxing position again for the Titans.
Oh!
Wow, she'll get called for the travel, does Lofton. But the Titans playing with a different sort of urgency here, still down 11. And Coach Booth, take a timeout and talk it over.
All right. Well, North certainly has not given up the fight.
No, and it's look, all these girls know each other. They know each other from the time they were in elementary school playing junior biddy basketball and all the travel teams and all the different leagues here in the city. And they'll probably hang out with one another, sometime this weekend. Right. But when you're inside the lines here, it's all business. And all of these girls on both teams want this win badly. And as you mentioned earlier, it's a battle of the bridge weekend here, and South with the 7-4 advantage, chance to go up 8-4.
Inbound play for the Panthers. Jasmine Sylvester being guarded closely by Janessa Lofton. Jasmine takes it our way, and here comes the ball. Out of bounds off of North. 7 fouls apiece, so every foul you're going to see somebody at the line from now on. Both teams are in the penalty. The inbound play. Juliana Martin finds Kirsten McIntyre. Stolen, excuse me. And it gets into the hands of North. Loose ball scramble. Janessa Lofton pushing the pace. Backs it out now. Motivala in rhythm. No good. Rebound North. They kick it out to Jaden Smith. Trying to penetrate. She does. Doesn't get the bounce. Ripped down. What a rebound by Catherine Colbert. Above the field. Juliana Murray's going to slow it down a little bit.
Yeah, wisely so, I think.
The clock
wisely
is their
so.
friend, up 11.
No shot clock here in the state of New Hampshire. So no sense of urgency.
Yep.
As the North fans come alive, imploring defensive pressure from their Lady Titans.
Jasmine Sylvester with Janessa Lofton all over her, and over and back. No, she must have saved it. Sylvester has it.
It's turning into a relatively long possession for South.
Ariana Murray driving, ran into a double team. The catch and shoot by Colbert.
Wow. How disheartening. You play great defense and you just get the dagger stuck in you with a nice foul line set shot.
And basically, yeah, she turned it to a free throw. Catherine
Good
Colbert
save.
saves it. She's ahead of the field, and she makes it.
She gets rewarded by the outlet pass, finishes it, and just like that, the lead is back up to 15.
Catherine Colbert with a spectacular sequence of plays.
Yeah, that is a highlight reel type play there. She saves the ball from going out. Reminiscent of Larry Bird saving the ball, running up the floor, getting the feedback from Dennis Johnson in the layup.
That's a good call. Larry Bird used to do that a
all
lot.
the time.
Just when you think that a player could be resting on his laurels mid-game, he just made two great plays in a row. No, he's looking to make a third and a fourth play.
Absolutely right.
To like piggyback on it, and that's what happened there. Catherine Colbert with goosebump plays, 3 different spots on the court, and just wasn't slowing down, not satisfied, wanted to keep it going, and the net result, a 15-point lead for the Panthers, just when you thought that the Titans were going to make a close game of it.
Unselfish play there as well by the Panthers, giving that ball up and rewarding your teammate for her hustle. Could have easily held on to the ball and slowed it down, but said, no, you know what, we're going to push the envelope on this one. Worst case scenario, ball goes out of bounds, the Titans have to go the length of the floor.
Yeah, and the chant by the South student body is "It's all over." Maybe not. There's 4:48 to go, but certainly South is not, resting back and playing prevent defense. Life's not going to be easy for North to get back into this game. Janessa Lofton gets fouled underneath.
I think if you're Coach Bean, you're telling your team right now, look, we're not going to score 15 points on one possession. So
Right.
we've got to get the best shot possible on each possession and come away with something.
Right. But
And
then again, you can't have a 1-minute possession.
Correct. But it's got to be a good look. It can't be done to the extreme where I'm out of control,
Right.
and I'm not seeing the floor. And so Lofton right there with a chance to get something out of this while the clock's not moving, which is exactly what the Titans want, and they extend the full court pressure.
13-point game, South on top with the lead and the ball. Murray, Jasmine Sylvester. Looking to her right, driving to the corner.
Nice bounce
Underneath
pass.
it goes Juliana Murray. And Martin gets it out to Murray and doesn't get the bounce. Coming out of traffic with it for North was Catherine Carr. Underneath, doesn't go for Jaden Smith. Oh, they needed those makes.
Yeah, I thought Jaden might go with the left. She decided to try and go under the basket, reversing with a right-handed layup, and couldn't get it to go.
Ariana Murray miscommunicates there.
And that should be a foul there. Yeah, and I saw what just happened there. It looked like Jaden Smith was taken down and maybe tried to get her leg untangled with Covert. And I'm not sure the referees saw it or called it. They're going to call Covert on the foul on the takedown, but not sure they saw what happened after the fact. They're discussing it now in front of the Titan bench. They thought maybe after the takedown, Smith got a little aggressive.
Catherine Colbert wanted some kind of call for an unsportsmanlike conduct.
Something, but apparently it was It was Lofton and not Smith. I thought it was Smith on the takedown, but it was Lofton, so she'll shoot 2.
Whatever was there, the officials didn't see it.
They didn't see the aftermath of it, and nor did I, but I heard the fan reaction of it, and I clearly saw Covert put her arms up.
Like, aren't you going to call that?
Right,
yeah.
right.
And the officials did put their heads together, to their credit.
Right.
They tried to talk it over. Did you see anything? No. I just
like
saw
an
the
NFC championship game.
Right, yeah. And they can't send it to New York or Toronto,
right.
or wherever these replays are.
And I don't know if Lisa Gingras is going to give comment after the game, so.
Yeah. But you can all watch it back if you're streaming or got it on recording. At the line, sinking her free throws, Catherine Carr for North.
Chance to get it to 11 here, John.
Catherine Colbert asking her teammates on the bench, did you see that? But, you know, the tremendous game that Catherine's played, she should look at that. I mean, that scoreboard tells the tale right now, 60-49.
She's played a great game.
Yeah.
And the Panthers' second half, and they've withstood a tight run and done a nice job. Looks like we're going to get a timeout here from Coach Booth. Things getting a little sloppy here in the waning moments of this one.
Yeah, it is.
And they'll have a conversation, will the official and Coach Booth, that just to our left here.
Yeah. And I think if I could read lips, I think the official just fessed up that I didn't see it.
Right.
Whatever his coach is talking about, why didn't you call that?
I think what happened is there was a foul on the play. One of the officials was maybe getting the ball. The other official was going to the table to make the call.
As they do.
And, you know, you have 2 officials.
You have 2 officials, that's it.
Usually there'll be 3 come tournament time, and a play like that is picked up.
Right.
Here on a Friday night, you miss it, and there's the human element there.
Yeah, and of course,
and we missed it too.
Well,
we didn't see it.
Yeah, I just saw the hands up by Catherine Colbert, and Pete Johnson elected not to show the replay on the jumbotron to further incite the fans.
That's right. Well, and
I couldn't believe I was at the Bruins game last night, and they replayed a non-call on a trip, like Pasternak got tripped. They replayed it 5 times up on the thing, and people wanted the referee's blood after that. They didn't used to do that in the old days.
No.
They wouldn't replay controversial non-calls, but I guess they do it now.
Another physical play out there. Hopefully these ladies, keep their heads about them. I mean, you think about that first half, the back and forth play, and South with a great run in the third, North with a great run to close things up a little bit. You want to see both these teams finish the right way.
Jasmine Sylvester gnawing on that mouthpiece and making her free throws. We've seen her do it time and time again since Biddy basketball days. Always breathing hard because she plays so hard, and so do so many of these girls. They've played a lot of minutes, a lot of intense minutes.
To watch this game too, John, you wouldn't think that these teams have the records that they do as Jaden Smith launches one, comes up short from the outside.
Ariana Motivala will try from distance as well. No bounce for her. And whistle called against North, I believe. That's going to be free throws for South.
Yeah.
Unless they just called it out of bounds.
Out of bounds, I think, right.
Not a foul.
3:10 to play here in the ball game in regulation as North extends the full court pressure, tries a trap. South breaks it. Nice pass down low on the block. Good play, good pass, well done. That was McIntyre to Obanello, and that's how they drew it up. That's how they drew it up.
Yep, 2 more for South as they add to their lead, 15. And North answers back. Ariana Motivala for 2.
Motivala with a nice dribble drive there. They're trying to get a trap. South will break it with the dribble.
Yep, Maya Ryu dribbled out of trouble. Now another double team on the ball. Murray is open underneath, runs out of room.
It's bounce pass, good patience.
Maya Ryu thought about shooting it, but she thought better take some more time off the clock.
Again, basketball IQ, right? I mean, why are we going to force something? We have this 13-point lead. We're in no hurry. You're going to have to foul us if you want the ball back.
Inside.
Oh, and again, a 2-on-1. Could have been dished off.
McIntyre had the mismatch, but she couldn't hit the basket, and the officials let him play. North with the ball. Motivala drives through a seam. Obanello fouls as she moved her body into Motivala at the last second. So Ariana to the line.
You know, there's a fine line too, John. Sometimes when you're letting them play, it can turn into something else if you lose control real quick.
Yeah.
The officials, I think, have done a nice job here.
We see a lot of games where there's 3 officials. But
Yeah.
Tonight there happens to be 2.
Yep. Maybe these guys are that good.
I didn't think of that possibility. That one didn't enter my mind.
Let's go with that.
I'm so cynical, I guess.
All right, let's go with that.
Maya Ryu has it. Sylvester to McIntyre, and she's
Or
fouled.
maybe the other guy's down in Atlanta. He's with Tom King.
Yeah. So watching that huge rally where the Patriots fans showed up at Gillette,
Yeah.
where they saw him off. They gave away a pair of tickets to this couple, and I think I saw some sub-headline. I meant to open the story, but I was in a place I couldn't. I think they just all the other expenses they had to get there themselves, get their own hotel room.
But here are the tickets.
Here are the tickets.
Well, those things are going for.
Isn't it
pretty
like
big.
$1,500 each minimum?
I heard someplace is $3,000 a ticket.
Oh wow, yeah. At this stage, probably
Yep.
is. Yeah.
McIntyre missed the front end of that one.
You have
So
to cost a Mercedes-Benz to get into Mercedes-Benz.
right. But you know what they do there? Their soft drinks, their hot, everything's $2.
No.
And if you get a drink,
Come
I'm sure
on.
I heard this. You get a soft drink, it's refills. Free refills
Wow.
after you buy it. So they're not getting you with the food like some
Okay.
places that shall go nameless.
How about that?
Yeah.
Sinks it in.
Good make there from Catherine Carr.
Tom's still not paying $2 for a drink. But
Definitely
it was a
not.
generous offer,
Definitely
though.
not.
Thank you, Mercedes-Benz.
He's looking for a buffet line somewhere.
Yeah.
Hey, don't look now, but this lead is 9.
What?
Yep.
64-55, and there's a timeout for South.
And
Well,
so this
yeah.
Titan team not going away.
Oh, boy. How about that? They got it down to single digits. It was 18 at one point.
You have to think time is definitely their enemy, but they're going to extend their full court pressure here. They're going to try and force a turnover. I'm sure Coach Bean imploring them to watch the skip pass because Go ahead.
Jason, how about if we look back to that possession in the third quarter when
That's
what
6
was it, like
points.
6
It was
points?
a 6-point swing, I believe.
Yeah, it was a huge swing.
They got the technical. They got the 2 foul shots.
A
And they got
controversial
another
technical.
And they got I think it was another possession.
They did.
Worth at least. I don't know if it was 2 points, but it was definitely worth time. So it was either a 5 or a 6-point possession.
A 6-point possession.
In a game like this.
Big damage. Because this would be a 1-possession game now
That's
if it wasn't for that.
Yeah, that's right.
That moment in time there where.
Yep. If we only knew then what we know now.
Coach Bean had to feel like, we were talking about is home court advantage a big deal. In this game, it seems to be. He almost got the home court officiating, but I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying from the North perspective, they might feel like that.
Well, I think both teams, and it's a credit to both student bodies, both teams have traveled very well. The fan base has been positive cheering.
Yeah.
They realize it's not about them, it's about the kids on the floor. And interesting call there. It looked like she ran out of bounds 2 or 3 steps before the foul.
Instead.
It looks like that.
Steps or just out of bounds, but he went for the third option, which is a foul.
Do over? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Jasmine Sylvester's at the line.
Yeah, I think that foul was on Bianca Gersh-Gorin. Got called for the push out of bounds. So, but again, you got to make these foul shots. Sylvester calmly knocks down the first one.
Yes. You see where the players are standing?
Yeah.
I got a question about why aren't they one rung lower?
Yeah, at this level they stand further. They stand further out. Yeah.
All right, that's the rules. Ariana Murray tried to save it, and it's out of bounds off the Panthers. North ball here, trying to cut into a 10-point deficit with 1:21 to go. Stranger things have happened. Murray has it, splits the defense off to the right though, and loose ball rebound. North gets another chance at it.
A lot of
unfriendly bounce. Janessa Lofton, third bite at the apple for North here, out of bounds off the South.
Just some missed shots and trouble putting the ball through the hoop.
Yeah.
They're going to look at that shot chart on the sideline after this game and say, boy, we had missed a lot of chances. And yet, 8-point game.
8-point game, Catherine Carr. North wants the ball back, make it a 6-point game maybe. Sylvester pushing the pace.
Be wise to kick it back out, and she does.
Avoids the steal, knocked out of bounds by Lillian Brooks.
50.3 seconds here to play in the game. You need a stop if you're the Titans. You don't have to do anything if you're South.
Inside, McIntyre's going to put it up and
Dagger.
in. Yeah.
Dagger.
Yeah, that's big.
Kirsten McIntyre with a drop step, puts it off glass.
Back to double digits with just about a half minute to play. That could be the dagger.
And she says, get out of my kitchen. Leather souffle. Wow, Kirsten McIntyre, both sides of the floor.
Leather souffle. Did you invent that?
No, I stole it from somewhere.
That's good.
Everything's stolen. Everything's stolen from somewhere.
I can't believe I hadn't heard that before. That's
Originality is dead.
Kirsten McIntyre.
Oh, gonna get Gerst Gorgan is gonna get called in for a reach-in.
So South in the end has taken care of business here.
And I think you hit the nail on the head, John, when you said that little technical post-possession 6-point swing. That's really going to be the difference here, and really North's inability to get the ball to fall. I mean, they've missed so many close shots tonight.
Right.
It's frustration.
Mostly in that third quarter, which was the difference.
Shooter's touch there. McIntyre lead back up to 11 with 19 seconds to play. Both these teams have played very hard tonight, John. Reverse layup, no good.
Outside it goes to Sylvester, down court, 7 seconds. Ariana Murray puts an exclamation point on South's win.
And a great finish, and the South bench erupts, the South sideline erupts. And hopefully we get two teams shaking hands at the end of this one, because really, 13-point game, but both teams played very well, and you see them meet at half court, shaking hands. A mutual respect there amongst all the players and the coaches.
And I'm going to go to the cliche. The game was actually closer than the final score indicates.
Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt about that. You had a 2-point game at halftime. South came out at a blistering pace to start the third quarter and really shot the top off the bucket. I mean, they really didn't miss and played with an energy that exceeded North's coming out of the break. Took a couple of timeouts by Coach Bean, and North made a nice little run there at the end of the third, at the beginning of the fourth, but they couldn't get any closer than 8 points at the end of it. And Nashua South gets a well-deserved win here in the Battle of the Bridge.
That's Jason Roby. I'm John Collins. Thanking our cameraman Tim O'Neill and our executive producer Pete Johnson. The final score, South 70, North 57. The girls' game is in the books. If you're watching on Friday night, before Super Bowl Sunday, we are live here on Nashua TV, and the boys' game is coming up next. We'll be watching the warm-ups, and we'll be bringing you that game, the second half of the Battle of the Bridge, coming right up here on Nashua ETV.